So, like, did you have any tie-ins with Spice Girls in your life?
Yeah, for sure.
Like heavy or just light?
Light, but it was like that year that like
Spice
it was
World
like
came out?
that fifth grade, fourth grade year.
Spice Mania, what they called it, right?
When like kids got into this shit. You know what I mean? So like
Everyone was into Spice Girls.
yeah.
How many times have you seen that movie? I've seen it at least 10 times.
Oh,
Never
I've
once.
seen it a bunch of times, definitely.
You've never seen
Never
it?
once.
No,
Oh,
I
it's
have
actually not
definitely.
a bad movie.
You haven't seen
Spice
it?
World or whatever?
Not a
No.
bad movie.
Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
Hello.
And Kevin.
Hello.
We're back to cover another Netflix reality show. This time it is The Circle. We are now on season 4 of the U.S. Circle. They are going to split this up like they do. Usually, I think it's going to be like a 3-week batch of The Circle. So we got the first 4 episodes, and we are just going to give you our overall thoughts and impressions. We're not going to do a play-by-play of each episode, talk about the teams we like, the teams we don't like, and what we do or don't like about the show so far. Just from kind of the connotations in the pre-show, it seems like we may be a little bit split, which is awesome. We get to see both sides here. Overall, I'll start with my impressions of it and then kind of move on to you guys. Obviously, a kind of a criticism we had last year was once you get into multiple seasons of a show, there starts to be a self-awareness of the strategy involved and things like that. You kind of lose a little bit of the first go around surprises. However, I don't feel like this season that has been too much. I don't feel like they've been outsmarting themselves as much as last season. I felt like last season they were like overanalyzing a lot of things. They may overanalyze. The thing it seems like they're overanalyzing this season is they are very like set on wanting to say the right thing and like what hashtags to use. And I know it's goofy even saying how they say it out loud, but I genuinely actually enjoy the cast so far this season way more than last season. And I do like that so far. And even in the previews, it does look like they are going to do some things differently this season. Like the whole thing, and you guys can expand about the Spice Girls things, but I like how they did hey, if you can trick 5 of the people, you can win an extra 50 grand onto the pot. I like how it's showing that in the preview next week, there's going to be some sort of like hacking thing and you have to be able to do something to be able to stay, that there's going to be someone just going to come to your room and eliminate you. Like, these are types of things that we were asking for last year that I thought was really stale. I'm sure there's some valid criticisms I'm going to hear from you guys, but overall, I'm digging it so far. So, Brian, we'll start with you, and then after his thoughts, Kev, you pick up.
So I'm probably going to be maybe the most negative here. I just have issues with this show as a whole. Like, I like season 1. I really like the Spice Girls idea. Like, I think that's cool. Like, they need to do an all celebrity cast where they're all catfish. Like they need to do one of those things where it's like whoever wins, it goes to charity. I think
it's like the Masked Singer, but the Circle.
Yeah, just like that would be awesome. And I liked what they were doing. Like there was a lot of detective work in this. Kev, I know you haven't seen it. Have you seen all the episodes?
No, I didn't see the 4th one.
I'm not going to give any way what happens, but they have episode 4. They're like there's a lot of detective work going on. That's like it's pretty minor detective work, but I thought it was. Yeah. It was like Bill said, they're doing different things, and I'm going to give them credit for that. Things I still hate. The intros.
Thank you.
Horrible. They're still really bad. Kevin, I know you got to agree with me on that.
I mean, dude.
I can't stand the intros. You got all these fat dudes dancing around. It's just like, it doesn't look good. It's bad.
I mean, like seriously, do you remember the show Next on MTV?
Yes.
Yes, I laughed when you texted that.
It's like, well, I'm a millennial mixed with a blah blah blah. I want shit in a box and send it to my ex-boyfriend. Right. Like that doesn't describe who you are in any way, shape, or form, really, except that you're a psycho. But I will agree a lot with the fact that Bill said that like they're making changes because that is an issue that we have with a lot of these shows. They get stale. And they don't make adjustments to like
keep us guessing. Like
right. Mm-hmm. Don't make it the same over and over again. And they're doing a good job with that. Granted, it is like what season 3, 4?
4, yeah.
So another thing, I know the contestants so far are fine, but can we get some people that have real jobs?
Yeah, we texted about this. It is ridiculous that everyone is an influencer. And what's his name, bruh? got screwed because of that, because people know who he is. Like that one dude knows who he is.
Yeah, I know. And that's
his name's Brew.
Brew.
Yeah, I mean,
with a U, not BREW.
Yeah, Brew, like the name of the bar in Philly.
Yeah, I just think that like some of these people, like I mean, we can run down the list. Like we'll run it down when we go. I wrote down everybody's occupation.
Okay.
And I wish
I have an issue with the one chick's occupation. First of all, you're not a sex therapist. You are an assistant to a sex therapist.
Assistant to the regional manager.
Like you're overly sexual because of this. And you can say vagina a little louder.
Why is there always one really short Italian girl with black hair? There's been every season there's been like that girl. You know what I mean?
Mad at it.
Bill, they're trying.
I'm mad at it. I'm just saying.
They're trying to find their Snooki. And
it's very possible. I'm also, I would like when they have an older person on the show. Like River. Remember when they got
River? River might be my favorite.
Yeah.
No, you're right. And
I enjoyed that
one. Other than the Spice Girls.
Yeah,
right. The Spice Girls are older. But like the guy is playing an older person. The what's his name?
He's my favorite. I'm putting that out there right
now.
Carol.
Yeah, John. It's played by John. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. If somebody's doing that where they're really bridging the gap, I guess what's her face did it too, Parker, but she was just an idiot.
Oh wait, what about Carol and Parker? They might be in love. Like they're definitely gonna get a hookup in at the reunion.
Yo, well played by him.
Yeah,
like for real.
She walked in. He was like,
Miami from New Jersey. He's like,
he said not far enough for a visit, and she was like, okay, like dude, she like I knew, like, you saw her in the hallway, like you could tell she was ready to come bitch out Carol, and then she's like, oh, I wasn't expecting you to be cute.
He's not that cute. Let's be real.
So wet.
He was. All right, one last thing. One last gripe. I can't stand when people text about someone's energy.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, I mean the energy's used a lot.
I can really feel the energy. It's like I yelled out loud when I was watching it. I was like, "You're fucking texting. You're texting."
See, Brian, this is the issue that we have. We don't understand the energy. This is
You're
why,
right.
Like, we don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Their aura is purple.
We don't
have energy.
We read texts like they're books. It's information being passed on from one person to another. We're not getting vibes. I've never sent a fucking text message hashtag in my life. I don't know who has. I've never received one. I'm just too old.
I've done it once in a while.
All right, that is the one thing I will give you guys. The hashtags are obsessive, and they, in my way, like they get like no way. Carol, if she was an older woman, would be having good, clever hashtags. I feel like those are such giveaways. Like
I agree.
No older people would have anything clever to say on a hashtag.
Unless producers say like you have to, because there isn't one that doesn't send a hashtag. No?
That's a good point.
I also think that there's an overly. There was one message that didn't have an emoji, and I was like, "Huh, that's weird." Like I recognize, like, and I'm not an emoji sender, really. Like I never, dude. I just told you what I was fucking saying. You don't need a picture. This isn't Pictionary. Like you get it, right? Like.
I did. Kevin, I agree with you 100%. I'm not even that old.
I just think, dude, we're those grumpy old men that just don't want to fucking like.
I'm enjoying it. Remember, not me, people. I am very much still on board. I think it's all goofy, but in a good way.
Bill, moving forward in the group text, you have to send.
I am going to start sending hashtags.
Word emoji every single message you send.
All right, fine. You got it. Don't be mad when it never stops ever again.
In like 3 days.
I'm gonna mute that chat.
So, Brian, you have the names. Why don't you run down who we have here at the end of week 4? And I'd like for all of us to make a prediction on the winner, who we think is top dog.
Okay, so before I do the whole list, so we had Parker eliminated, who was Paul. She's from Miami, played her 56-year-old dad, and was just like not making smart decisions.
Doesn't know what a memoir is.
Yeah, that was Never thought you'd get banged for that. And then there really hasn't been an elimination since.
No.
Right, which is kind of crazy that we're going this deep. Which they're probably gonna do a purge, like you said.
Yeah, there's gonna be a bloodbath next week, I feel like.
All right, so first off, they always have a great gay guy on the show, Frank. I love his accent. He's definitely like from like the deep South. He's a 28
Maryland. He's from Maryland, actually. He's a
28
social worker.
Yeah, deep South, but he does have he has a southern
The
accent.
twang.
Going as himself. Yu Ling, 25 from San Francisco. I think she was something marketing. I didn't catch her job.
Social media marketing.
Okay. So she's also going as herself. John is the person that Kevin likes, who's Carol, his mother. He's 24 from New Jersey, and he's a social media content creator. And that's when I just was like, ugh.
Everybody's a content creator.
I started texting you guys after the third one. I was like, this is getting fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's terrible. Alyssa is 27. She's the short Italian that is a sex assistant going as herself. Krissa, 31. I actually think this is the coolest job. She played for the Globetrotters, the first female to play it for the Globetrotters. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
13th.
Now does social media though.
Who doesn't do social media?
Going as herself. And then we have Josh Brew. I can't read my handwriting for his last name, but he just goes as Brew, and he's the guy.
It's Brewbaker.
He's a TikToker, right?
The TikToker, but he's also he's a radio host.
Yep, you're right.
They're 25 from California, going as himself. I already said Parker, and then Baby Spice and Scary Spice going as a catfish for Jared, and he's a children's author, which I also again like cool job, even if it's fake.
Yep,
like the variety of
same.
Here's a question: what do they get if they win?
Charity.
Have the Spice Star?
I think they're leaving.
Yeah, I
think they're from what they're intimating for the previews, Kev, is that like they're just there for like a small phase, and then there's a kind of like a mini game basically involved with them, and then they're gonna leave. They're not gonna stay through the end.
Gotcha.
Which again, it's cool. It's different.
That's Kevin. That's what he's talking about. If they can get enough people to not catch them as a catfish,
right,
the prize pot goes up. And honestly,
dude, this idea all spurred from that. Nicholas, no, what's his name? The Lance Bass, actor.
Yeah, right.
And exactly. People were like, "Oh shit, maybe
this is cool."
His assistant, because it was his assistant, right?
Yeah,
the chick, yeah.
Yeah, and like if this show ever gets big, hopefully that's the kind of circle I'd want to do, where I could just go in there. I don't need to try to win. I just need to stay under the radar. Would love to do that.
Yeah, it'd be mad fun just to like play a game.
All three of us in a room.
Famous people catfishing each other as other famous people.
Yeah, it would be sick.
Oh my God, that's cool. I love that. We need to send that in, Cal. That's not a bad idea in general. Really even if they're all just celebrities catfishing as regular people.
Yeah, any of it. I think all celebrities would be great. And
like, they can use my identity if they want.
I would, yeah. I'd love to know how they get the identities for the like. Who's Jared?
Good luck.
Well, the real Jared, please stand up.
He's actually on hold right now with the identity theft department of Capital One, trying to get his identity back from Netflix.
2 new social security numbers. Okay, I got 2 more. Rachel, 29. She's a paranormal research analyst. I don't know what that means, but
I'll tell you right now.
Social media.
She's a Ghostbuster.
she's a TikToker, and she tells about somebody.
She's going as herself. And then we have Alex, 28. He's from Arizona. He's a commercial banker, but he's going as Nathan. 20-year-old frat bro.
That one is so dumb. Like, why would you ever try to go as like a bro? You're just gonna like you're gonna over bro and over dude. And like he was talking about like hooking up and partying, and he's like, I just polished off some champagne before I hit you guys up. It's like, oh God.
It's because bros, from what I noticed, are just getting so much broier. I remember being like, dude, frat dudes are so annoying. And they were nothing compared to what I see now. Like nothing.
They're like
I would hang
characters.
out with the old frat dudes that I used to be like, look at these tools. Hence why I hang out with you two. Like, you guys are like normal people.
Brian wasn't in a frat.
I was not in a frat.
No, just me. No, just me.
But let me comment real quick on Alex. Like, he's a dork. He doesn't know how to be a bro at all.
Oh yeah, I don't understand. See, I don't understand why they like. There are so many other avenues he could have taken as catfishing. He could have played his wife. He could have done things, but like, you're setting yourself up. If they do anything sports related or like pop culture that isn't like video game related, this dude's screwed.
Yeah. Why are you making more challenge? Like, you have to think more.
Do somebody you know. Be one of your friends. Like,
or just be yourself as just another person that's not real.
Right.
Yeah.
Why?
You're
why?
right.
Like,
I don't get that. I just don't get that.
All right. That was actually one of my first thought processes when what's his face was going as Carol. He's like, dude, I know exactly how Carol would answer. It doesn't matter. Answer as yourself. Like,
except with the hashtags, like I said, because that's I think what Carol can get herself in trouble because I think it's
right.
clever.
Or baking a cake, I guess. But like,
oh god,
exactly.
yeah,
exactly.
We're not saying you're saying you're a.
Just like, again, I do like that challenge. That happened last time, and
that was the makeup one. You remember that?
Yeah, the makeup.
The makeup one, the mannequin head.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that was our thumbnail. Was the mannequin head?
Yeah, that definitely was. And he was like, "Yo, I think that was the guy. That guy was a real bro. He was from Jacksonville. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He would wear like Duval jerseys all the time.
You're right. Yeah, Duval.
Again, that's the type of bro that I was referring to.
Exactly.
It's like they have like mullets now. Like it's cool. They just wear hockey jerseys. Like I don't. It makes no sense.
And
do you get to pick the food that you have in your apartment? Because I see them all cooking and stuff.
That's a good question. I was wondering that.
We need to get someone on the show because I don't care about the process of the show. I want to know what they're doing in the downtime. Like, are they ever naked on camera?
Can they bring an Xbox or something?
Yeah,
all right.
Is
so
the food really the way it is? Like,
or I want to know how many side I want to know like how they can talk because they're not standing.
How freely are they allowed to speak?
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna just do our predictions here, and then we're gonna get ourselves out of here. What was the first guy's name that we were just up with the Southern guy? Frank. I think Frank's gonna win.
Okay, but Kevin, you go.
I got like Carol.
You going Carol?
Mm-hmm.
I thought a bad one.
Just because history might be on my. Oh no, she didn't win that year. I actually think that Alyssa.
That's not a bad one either. It's Brian with Alyssa. Okay, cool. So review. I have Frank. Kev has Carol, and Brian has Alyssa. All three of us picked original OG cast members, and I think that's also a trend. If I'm correct, I don't think anyone who's come in into the season has ever won. So I think you have to be there from the beginning to win to build up that rapport. The previews for next week, like I said, looked like there's something about like you need to have some antivirus malware software to protect yourself from getting eliminated. That'll be funny. One of the deliberations is going to happen, and when they go for the elimination, they're actually the influencer's going to go to the room of the person getting eliminated and murder them themselves.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. And it looks like we're going to get 2 more people at least to enter the circle. So, Brian, I think, like you said, there's going to have to be some kind of a purge. It seems like that maybe that like virus thing. So,
and Nikki Glazer.
Oh, and Nikki Glazer, they're doing a roast episode next week. So I think week 2 is going to be really good. My bold prediction for week 2 is that hacking thing, Brian, is going to happen at the very end of the final episode next week. And we're not going to see it until week 3.
Yeah, that's probably right. Unfortunately.
But again,
my prediction is the person's really going to be murdered.
Well, that's what I'm thinking might happen. They might walk in and go, just like, that's
golden gun.
Ooh.
And then this host is like, she's dead, y'all.
Oh yeah, real quick. I'll have her name set up for the next one, but the narrator is still always great in the show. She's wonderful. I think she's pretty witty and like I've always enjoyed.
Game over, y'all.
Game over, y'all. And the one was like the person was like, oh well, I'm just gonna sit here and like I just don't want anyone else to know about this. And she chimes in like, and the millions of viewers. Hey y'all. Yeah. That was my favorite.
I want to see her face.
Yeah, they showed her in the beginning.
Yeah, she was cool. In the beginning. She's in the same house.
Oh, that was her. Yeah.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah. Which was cool though. Like, yeah. But I'm looking forward to next week. So for myself, Brian, Kevin, and the Spice Girls, thank you.
Spice up your life.
Boys and girls, spice up your life. People, spice up your life.